Hi everyone, my name is Jasmine McCoy and welcome to my channel. If you are new here, hi, I am a senior at Harvard studying molecular and cellular biology with a secondary in African American studies and a citation in Spanish. So, welcome to this series about my Harvard senior spring. We are in week number 7. Thank God, because that means we are halfway through the semester. We are done with the rough side of the mountain and we are on the nice, pretty, breezy side of the mountain where things start getting a little bit easier. And I'm so thankful for that because it was a very easy week. There wasn't anything big to happen. And I feel like that's because Harvard knew it was the anniversary of them telling us all to leave. So for those of you that don't know, don't go to Harvard, you're not going to remember that March 10th was the day that we received the email that changed everything and basically for us let us know, oh, this is real. Because I remember in like my own March 10th story, I wake up and I go to Annenberg. I'm there because I am meeting with one of the freshmen that I mentor as a peer advising fellow. So I go to Annenberg and we're having breakfast. We're talking about how they're doing through the semester. They ask me a question. Jasmine, do you think that Harvard would ever make us leave? And I obviously knew that it was with respect to the coronavirus. And I said, with so much confidence at that time, oh no, not at all. It's not gonna get that bad. And then I thought, but wait, what if it does get that bad? And I'm just blissfully ignorant, which I definitely was. So at the very end, I tacked on, but if they need to, they will make the decision that's best for the students' safety, and they will send us back if they need to. So the student says, oh, okay, thank you, that's very reassuring. They tell me that they need to go study for a math midterm, and then they leave, I stay, I'm finishing my breakfast, and 10 minutes later, I get the email. The email saying, we suggest that you don't come back after spring break. What? Everyone in Annenberg is just looking at their phones at this message. 10 minutes later, we get a different message, different person, saying, I'm sure that you've all read the message from President Larry Bacow. Following that, you will have until March 10th to be able to remove all of your possessions from your room, turn in your room key, and ensure that it is in the condition that it was before you moved in. Those are two very different messages, but here we are now. Everyone's been told that they have 5 days to get all of their stuff out of their rooms, and they just said, do it. So that instantly caused a lot of questions, a lot of panic for students, wondering how am I gonna get all of my stuff together in 5 days? Because you usually have all semester to build up to that point. But the next thing is I have to go to class. 9 a.m. physics class, I go there. I did not listen to a single bit. Everyone was on their phones, scrolling, rereading, texting mom and dad. Some people also just didn't show up to class on that day because that's a very big announcement to receive. So, it was rough. It was so rough. I love FOHO so much. And if that isn't clear, you haven't been on this channel enough. I love FOHO. It's my house that I live in. And they said, don't worry, we're going to provide everyone with boxes, and the quad is a drop-off place where you can leave your stuff and UPS will come pick it up. So I love FOHO, I love the quad. I was able to get all of my stuff down into 6 gigantic boxes and 1 like small shoe box that I had laying around. And then I also was able to put it into 2 big luggage carriers, and I was able to send all of that home within 2 days. So there was that while trying to be a student, but most people weren't trying to be a student. People were missing classes, midterms got canceled. Whew. and people were just trying to spend time with the people close to them. So I was having lunch with my best friends. I was staying up until 3 a.m. with people, talking with them, taking pictures with them, hugging them for some of the last times that I would be able to. And that was me as a junior. So I'm sitting there thinking, this will all probably be over after the summer. Not knowing the complete irony of the fact that as a junior, I was thinking I would be back, being able to have everything back to normal, that my senior year would be what I expected it would be at that point. The irony, because that was the last day that I was at Harvard. March 12th, 2020, the last day I was ever at Harvard. And it's just a lot to think about on that day. But even though I haven't been back on Harvard campus, I've still been able to enjoy the Harvard community, which leads us to Housing Day, because this week we also had Housing Day, another virtual Housing Day in the books. Hopefully this will be the last virtual Housing Day that we ever have to have. But I got dressed up. I also made a YouTube video about virtual Housing Day already. So one thing that I did not mention in that video though was that they sent us a care package, and look, oh my God. I love Foho so much, and it is empty because I ate everything that was inside of it. They sent us a care package that had a bunch of food in it because this one was from the Foho Elves. So they sent us this sweet bread, they sent us a popcorn nut trail mix type thing. I scarfed that down in like 3 days. It was so good. They also sent us a Rice Krispie treat chocolate covered type thing. All of it was fantastic because it was made by the Foho Elves. It was made with love. And I was able to eat those leading up to Harvard Housing Day. But besides that, yeah, Housing Day was fantastic. And I also got to take a picture with one of my freshman roommates who has been my roommate since freshman year. So we took a picture together because we've taken pictures for Housing Day each time, and it just felt so good being able to share that with her because I love her. Her name's Katie. Hi, Katie. And it's just another thing that will remind me, even though this senior year has not been what I thought it would be, I was able to keep traditions alive through it in order to make sure that I keep memories and that I'm taking advantage of my final semester here at Harvard. Besides school things, my family was killing it with the movies that we were watching. Talking about I Care a Lot. We flipped to the Golden Globes at one point during the week and we said, we don't need to watch these. We don't know anything about these TV shows that they're nominating, so there's no reason for us to watch it. And then I Care a Lot wins a Golden Globe. So we think, okay, maybe we should try. It also has Peter Dinklage. Our family loves Peter Dinklage. And it was so good. It makes me like, it's a movie where you feel so terrible about the fact that some people undoubtedly probably end up in situations like this, where they end up getting scammed and taken advantage of because they are elderly. So there is an element of horror and fear that is definitely underlying the entire movie. But whew, Peter Dinklage, amazing actor. And then the other main character, she's played by Rosamund Pike. She just looks evil. There's something about when she smiles where it doesn't exactly meet her eyes. Where it's like, it's so fake. You could just see it's written all over her face. And it had a great ending. I Care a Lot had such a great ending because, and if you ask me, I think it was already a good ending and then it became a great ending. Because when Rosamund Pike's and Peter Dinklage's characters were sitting next to each other, because both of them are bad guys. They're just terrible people. But when they're sitting next to each other and she beat him at his own game. she beat him at his own game, and it was fantastic. So they're sitting there going like, I hate you back. And he makes the suggestion, why don't we enter in business together? And she goes, why? We would just kill each other. And he says, I do hate you, but with your skill and my resources, we could make billions. And here I am thinking, yes, I love when villains are able to just look at each other, put aside their hate for each other, and say, I want to wring your neck, but you are more useful to me as a partner, so I will put aside that desire for now. So I loved seeing that happen. My dad, on the other hand, he was saying, what? I don't like this ending. I want to see her get what's hers at the end of the day. So then they go into this little montage where she's creating all of these offshoot businesses. She's taking advantage of more people, getting more money. And at the end, in the background, you see this guy that was a part of like the very first scene, because it opens up with her taking his mom and putting him in a nursing home where he won't be able to reach her, saying that her son is a danger to her mental health. When he came to the care facility, he assaulted an officer. So he ends up getting a restraining order that he can't even go see his mom. She wins. And he blows up saying, I hope you die, you deserve it, you are a terrible person, but much more explicit. You see that guy in the background, and I'm going, oh my God, it's happening. And because he said, I will kill you. And he came up, it was on sight. I love that. I love when characters say, I will kill you. And it's no talking, it's on sight. He came up, bang, shot her in the chest, blood, and she was wearing a white suit too. So she dies, and I'm going, because it was a great ending, and then they ended it with her dying at the hands of the guy that said, I'm gonna kill you. And I'm just like, whew. That was a great movie. It deserved its Golden Globe. So that's how I felt that this is the excitement that I was able to have in my Harvard Senior Spring week number 7. I will see you all in week number 8, and I hope you have a great time. Bye.